Hi, welcome to another week of trading. Today is 17th of August and it's a Monday. I'm glad we are back again for another week, and I hope you all had a very good weekend. Right, let's start with our usual stuff that we do, beginning with the dollar. Okay, so let's start on the daily so we have a clear picture what's going on the daily. On the daily, we are stuck in a range. Yeah, so the range is from this high to that low, and it's typical of August for us to be in a range. So I'm not expecting much in terms of August, because August is just typical, right? So that is month August. We saw June also being another month of consolidation. So June started from here until there. So June was another month of consolidation, and then in in July we had a push down, and then August we are now in some form of a consolidation. Okay, so we are going to go through similar situations that we had or we encountered back in June. In terms of price direction, right now it's a bit tricky. It can go up and it can go down. If I'm giving high time frame perspective. If I'm to give a direction as to where it should go based on what we have here, if I zoom out, where should price go? It should go down. Okay, based on zooming out, okay, it should go down. But if I zoom in to and narrow my focus to what we have here, then the direction will be very tricky, because we are not going up and we are not going down. We are stuck in a range. So I did show how to trade within a range. So the range being this high to that low, right there. Okay, so range trading, we want to be selling and buying down here. Yeah, we want to be selling up here and be buying down here, and then forget everything in the middle. We have just run previous week's low, which is last week's low. If I drop down to the hourly, you will see we did run last week's low, which was this one, this low here, and then we saw a big rejection. We saw a big rejection. So what I want to see now is, would they stay above last week's low? Okay, now that we've run it and then rejected, will they stay above or they will come back down? If they come back down, then we have to look at foreign currencies and see if we do find anything that we can go long on. But ideally, I personally would say we are in a day trading or scalping situation, where most of the trades, it goes above previous day's high or previous day's low and then it rejects. So it's going to be hard for you to kind of get a one-way price direction on the majors. Obviously looking at the cross pairs, they are very different, but on the majors it's quite, direction is quite hard for you to pick. So unless you are scalping or you are day trading, I would say do not look for too much on them. All right, I want to see how we react in this area where I've highlighted. That delineates the lower portion of the range. Since you are stuck in a range, right, there's no point going through high time frame levels because they're not going to run there now. Okay, so we have to stick with this range that we have. So today I'm just watching. I want to see how we trade today and end today's trading. Where do we end today's trading? And then it will give me a clue tomorrow as in what to look for. All right, so today will be a day just to sit and watch and see what price does, and then tomorrow will give you, by end of today's trading, it'll give you give me a better view or insight into what should transpire for the rest of the week, or at least tomorrow and going into Wednesday. I want you to take also attention or pay attention to the economic calendar for this week. We do have some euro news on Friday, and then on Tuesday early hours in the morning we do have some Aussie news as well. Okay, so pay attention. If you've not been paying attention to this, I recommend you pay attention to it, because there are some news that might impact on some trades that you are not aware of. Okay, so with that said, I want to see how we close today, and then I can have a proper view of what to expect in the coming days for the rest of the week. Aussie we all know why Aussie is strong, right? Because of the Aussie New Zealand, we have reached all the targets that I pointed out to the last time we met. So because of the strength on this pair is the strongest out there at the moment. Okay, Aussie is the strongest pair out there. So any trade that you're going to trade, if it's got Aussie on it, then you want to be careful. You don't want to be going against it. Okay, until we get some weakness in Aussie New Zealand, be careful going against Aussie pairs. Obviously we did have a 4-hour structure to the downside. That's why we sold short, and we did get our first target, but failed to get to the second target. So right now this is what we did have, and we failed to make a low, and now we've broken above this and we've made a high. So I think price is coming. Let's do some measurements and see where price wants to go to. For now, I'll say these two levels are probable, but today's Monday, so I don't want to do anything on it. These levels are probable. Let's do measure these ones as well. I think I might go with this because it's in a reasonable range. So that one and that one. Yeah, so these two levels are probable on the upside, but again, not a lot of pips to go, so I will not be terribly excited about them. That's 10 pips, that's almost 18 pips. I will not be terribly excited about them right now. Yeah, So again, price will find it hard to go higher because we do have a high. Looking at the dollar in discount doesn't promote me to kind of go in and start buying for higher prices. Okay, if I do buy, I'll limit, or if you do buy in here, limit your profit within this range from where it is now to here. Yeah, as if you want to like force yourself to buy on this pair. New Zealand, this one has proved itself to be very weak. Obviously we know why, because Aussie New Zealand is running up, and if we do have Aussie New Zealand running up, that means we will get New Zealand to be weak. That's why this pair is relatively weak compared to the other pairs. Okay, so on this one we did have this trade on. Let's go and check. Let's see where we are at now. So we did hit the TP2, that was TP1, that was TP2, and we have TP3 down here. So let's see if we're gonna get that as well. Okay, this one is weak, so just let it run. I think it might get, not might, probably get there once we get the dollar to push higher. This thing might just run down. Okay, so with Aussie New Zealand, just keep it if you're still short. All right, and then hold on to that last target for this low. Let's jump back on euro dollar. On euro dollar, I think again similar to what the dollar is doing, I'll wait till what we place on the market today. Okay, I want to see what we place in the market today for me to have a clear view of what the euro wants to do. Overall, you can see we are stuck in a range. Very tricky, very tricky situation on euro to trade with. Yeah, if you're trying to go long, you might get caught off guard if you don't buy at a reasonable level, like down in here. Then you might get some choppiness going on, and price might fake you out and stop you out. Okay, so be mindful on this one. Let's remove all this, jump onto the daily. On the daily, we did run this high, okay, and then reject it. So ideally price wouldn't just run up like that. It might cause some form of a retracement. Maybe this was the retracement, and then price will continue going up. We never know that. So I will see how price will trade going forward today, and then tomorrow I'll have a clear view of what to do with price action. So I'm gonna leave this one out and then see what price does today, and if it does give me anything that I like, then we will obviously jump on it. Pound, I've warned you guys to stay away from this one at the moment because it's not doing nothing. Okay, so I still stand with that. Do not do anything on this one unless you're scalping and you're doing the 1 hour or 15 minutes time frame trades, then that's different. But if you're looking for a 4 hour or at least let's say 60 pips trade on this pair, you will sweat before you get that 60 pips. Okay, it's gonna make you sweat, and you don't want that. Okay, so just be patient and let price show itself, and then when it shows itself, then you can take advantage of it. Right now it's not showing anything. Okay, it's stuck in a range. This was last week's range. Price went up, sorry, price went down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. The only day that price did something that was not weird was Friday. Okay, Friday went up, even that came back down a little bit more, but the rest of the days it was up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, so be careful on this pair. Euro pound, we did get that move to the downside off from that last up candle there. It didn't quite get to run the stop, and I think that's what they did. They engineered that equal high, and then they've just run it today. I did some analysis over the weekend, and we all know, my members all know what this down candles means. Okay, these down candles, they've managed to rally all the way back up, so that means a lot that they want to take price back up again, up to where you do the measurement, and then you should see where price should run to. Okay, so if I do the measurement, we are now at the 127, so I think overall price will want to come up in here somewhere. Okay, with this equal high a possible target. So as usual, if you want to take that trade, protect yourself with this down candle in here. Okay, and then target there. All right, that's if you want to take this trade. I did get a question over the weekend, why some trades I do not post them in the Telegram, these are one of the scenarios. Okay, it's something that is going on right now, and it's not something that I've already planned, so it's up to anyone here who wants to take it, and if it does work out, it'll work out. Okay, but it's not something I've planned already that I'm watching. It's just something that whilst I'm going through this, I just saw, and then I'm just giving it out. Okay, so that's what this thing might potentially do on the upside. They've managed to trade all the way up above this, and then they've traded above this as well, so we could see a potential move to there and there, and that should cause some weakness in some of the pound pairs, especially pound Aussie, but we will get there. This one has reached its target, I think, overnight. When we opened the market yesterday, the price just shot up. If you go back to the weekly, let's see where our next upside objective could be. Now this thing is pushing higher, right? A lot of people are trying to sell it, and that's what I think is going on. So many people are trying to sell it for some reason, right? When price is going up and you feel like you've missed the boat, you want to sell it, and that's what I think is going on. So many people are trying to sell this thing, and then they keep pushing them up. Yeah, I think in the past I'll be short. If I didn't learn what I know now, in the past I'll be short by now, and I'll be in a drawdown expecting price to come back down. Okay, let's jump onto the 4 hour and see if we do have any 4 hour level that we can also target. Yeah, so above this high is a potential next target, and then we have this clean highs there as well. Right, so this will be our next upside objectives, with a protection below this down candle. Okay, long there. Okay, with the protection below this down candle, and then you just let's place it there, target that one and then that one, so that'll be TP1 and TP2. Alright, so there you go. if you want to take it, just like the pound. Yeah, if you want to take them. Let me TP1 and TP2. And let me take a picture of them. Okay, I'm gonna post in the Telegram so that I will not get that question again. I'll do my best to do this all the time. Anytime I find something, I'll post it in there so that if people want to take it, then they take it. Also New Zealand. Okay. Take a picture. Bear with me a second, I'm trying to post this link. Alright, cool. Euro yen, we still have that equal high up there, so price hasn't got there. I like this level down here. If we do get there, then obviously you can take advantage of it. Let's have a look on the daily again. Let's do some measurement because it looks like we have formed a swing high. So let's measure this high to that low. Make sure we are below 50%. Yeah. Let's have a look on the hourly. Yeah, I like the level. Even though it's just at the 50%, I still like it because price didn't come back down there before it launched up. So I still like that level. If it stops you out, then the next level I'll be interested in is this one. Okay, so if that one stops you out, then use this one as your next trade, and then we'll be looking for a continuation to the upside again. Okay, so let me do this. Right, so these two price levels, if that one stops you out, then you use that one as your next trade, or you can combine both of them and say, okay, you know, I'm gonna do this, but it's not ideal, right? So do this. If it stops you out, then you look for price to give you a trade down here, because chances are it might come here and then continue going up and never come there. We never know that. All right, so let's take a picture of this as well. And let's continue. Pound yen, they've just run this high and rejecting. I like this down candle here. I want to see how price will trade when we get here. So I want to see how price trades when we get to that level. So do mark that one on your chart and see how price will react once we get there. Okay, I like that level, and I would like to look for some rejection for a long, for a continuation to the upside. Okay, so see how price will trade here, and then if you do get some reaction, then we will take a long, possibly this week. So let's see how price will trade down here. Aussie yen, for whoever called this level, wanted this high to be taken, that was the level I gave, and if you wanted, okay, that was the trade idea. So if you did buy it, congratulations, and look for that high to be run. Okay, I personally, I'm not in this one, and I didn't take it, but it was a trade idea that I said it's possible, right? But I personally wouldn't be taking it. Okay, so if you're long, keep it and then look for that high to be run. Remember, the Aussie pair is very strong at the moment. If I put this here today, they are on the same level, but if you put it on the weekly, they are far apart, and even on the monthly, you can see they are far apart. So it could potentially work out that it can take out this high, but maybe not today. Today will be probably sideways because they are both strong pairs for today. Okay, this one, for all those you took this one, well done. That was a beautiful trade from there, to take out that equal low, and we almost got to that final target, and we are rejecting. I still fancy that low to be taken. Okay, I still fancy that low to be taken to this level. Alright, so if you're so short, keep that one and look for price to come down here, to take out this low. I think there will be a continuation to the downside and to that level. If you look on the daily now, you can see we had some manipulation on the upside. So for those of you that were with me, I think last week Wednesday we did a Zoom session on Wednesday for the YouTube and everyone, because I was having issues with YouTube, right? And we did talk about this level, and I told you guys to wait for some form of a rejection and before you go in. Once we finished the session, we saw some rejection. So I think around 5 my time, if I drop down to the hourly, 5 o'clock my time, that's when I got my entry, right here. That's where I got my entry, with that rejection. I got my entry there, and then I just sat through all this. We took first profit up here, and then we let the rest run. I closed my trades on Friday. So on Friday I was out on this trade around 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock on Friday I was out of this trade right here, and then we've just seen it continuously to roll down. I still fancy this level as our main target. Okay, this one here to be taken. I still fancy that low to be taken. Okay, so if you are still short, just hold on to it, and then let that low to be taken. Okay, Euro New Zealand, price has gone to that high, from, obviously we can know why Euro New Zealand is rallying, because we have the New Zealand being the weaker pair, and I did mention again that last up candle on the 4-hour as our main target here, that last up candle as our target, and we've got that nicely right there. I think we did have it yesterday when price opened. Price just screamed up there. Okay, right now, are we going to have a break above it? Nah, I don't think so for now. I think we might come down for a bit of a retracement before we finally break it. So if we do get some retracement, I fancy a long here. Right, I fancy a long there, and then this time I'll be targeting this high. Okay, this high and that high and that one, these highs, that's what I'll be fancying next. Okay, so if it does come back down for a retracement, that would be a nice trade, like that. I like this one here. I like the push away. So I'll want price to come for a retracement. That's what I want. I don't want it to keep going up because it's been going up for some time. Okay, we've been going up for some time, so I would like to see some form of a retracement to pull to kind of pull everyone, to put everyone off from buying it, and then it'll come back down here, and then we can enjoy a long from here. Okay, so I'm gonna take a picture of this as well and post it. Just in case. And then I'll be making some announcement later today after the session. I'm making some announcements, so stay tuned for that as well. Pound New Zealand, for those of you that were with me again last week, you should have caught this trade, right? Beautiful. It was scary, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was scary when it was screaming down during our session last week Wednesday. Okay, this was when we were having the session on Zoom, and price was coming down like this, and I said I liked this level, but wait for some form of a rejection, and then we should see price come up here, and that's what we've got. I think Thursday morning, Friday, and then today. Okay, so what is going to happen next? Let's have a look on the weekly. I did some analysis over the weekend, and price should come up here. All right, that's our next upside objective. It's not far away. Yeah, that's our next upside objective. We are very close to it. It's about 68 pips. On this pair, that's nothing, right? On this pair, that is absolutely nothing. So if you do get, again, price to retrace on this before hitting that level, then I like here with a stop below this and a rally back up to that level. Okay, so if you do get price to go into some form of a retracement, let's say price all of a sudden drops down here, I fancy a long there, back up there. All right, let's go on to the weekly again. Yeah, that is the, yeah, that will be the next upside. And then if price does go through it, then we might see here as well. That's the middle of this down candle. So the low and then the middle of this down candle is the next upside objectives. If you continuously see bullishness in Aussie New Zealand, okay, then this thing should just continue go up, right? But we would like to see, I would like to see some weakness in this first. So maybe this one will rally, cause this thing to go into some form of a retracement. This one will then drop, and then this one will continue on its up movement. Okay, so it's a scenario I'm playing in my head. So let's see if we get something like that. Okay, but I do like this level there. So let's take another picture of this and then post that one too. All right, let's continue on Euro Aussie. We are stuck in a range. Euro is strong, Aussie is strong, so we are stuck in a range. I think Aussie is stronger than Euro, but if I put it on the weekly, I think same thing. Aussie is stronger than Euro, so this thing might go probably in a bit of a retracement. Overall, we are stuck in a range on the daily. Okay, we are stuck in a range on the daily. Let's remove all this. Let's remove all this drawing and see what we've got. Let's wait for price to come below 50%, and then we will see what we can do with it. For now, we are in the upper portion, okay, of the range. So for a buy, let's wait for price to come down to the lower portion of the range. Today is Monday again, so if you want to see, yeah, I think we have some engineering going on. All right, that's last 2 weeks high, and that's last week's high, right? Price came close to it and then didn't run it, but we have already run last week's low and then rejected. This low is still intact, so I think they want to take price up. Okay, so today is Monday. Tuesday might drop again, and then Wednesday might form low of the week. All right, so if we do get that, then we will go long with the weekly, trying to seek higher prices. Yeah, because you can see 3 weeks ago, let's start from this week, we went up. Even though we went down first, we ended up being up. Following week, we went down. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday went up. Then we came down for a retracement. Last week we went Monday, Tuesday down, taking out previous week's low, and then rejected. So this week, what I'll be expecting is Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday as well, drop down somewhere in here below that 50% range, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday scream up to come and take out this equal high. That'll be a nice trade, so let's wait for that one. Okay, so ideally I want this low to be run, so I want to see this low to be run. Yeah, that low to be run. I like this small area in here. Okay, that'll be a psychological level where people will be jumping ship. Anyone trying to go long without a stop loss will be jumping ship in here, and then those who are short will be adding more probably down there because they'll be expecting a continuation to the downside, and then they will get the shock of their life where price will reverse again and go up. Okay, so let's see, wait for this low to be run. Once that low is run, then we can go in and start looking for longs. Okay, so let's wait. Pound Aussie, same thing. I think let's remove this. Last week we did get one trade, which was here on this pair to our first target, and then price just reversed. So I said during the I think it was doing during the morning session last week. I said once price close, we have a this candle. Once this candle closes, okay, then we should see a long to take out that high and then possibly that high. Okay, and then we went and took out this high and rejected. I think overall we are also in a range on this pair. Okay, we did run this high, and price has rejected. So we have to go into the daily to see which daily levels we can use. Because they've just run a daily swing high, this thing might go into some form of a retracement. Looking at the bearishness on the pound because of euro pound, this might come down here, and we are still bullish. Okay, we are not bearish, we are bullish. So this thing might come down here before a continuation to the upside. Let's remove all this drawing. Yeah, this thing might come down here before a continuation to the upside. So for trade ideas, maybe if we do get some form of a retracement, always remember to use your 4-hour structure that I've showed you guys. Okay, so we have our structure high here, and we did break this structure low, so we have not formed a low yet. We did form one here and price didn't go much, and then we've broken down again. So we have to wait for a swing low to form before we can see where price can go into some form of a retracement, and then maybe a possible short. Yeah, a possible short to back to this level. If not, then we have to be patient because the daily is still bullish. Okay, the daily is still bullish. So if you want to be patient and just go with the daily, then you have to be patient for this to do what it needs to do. And then once we see some form of a rejection on the 4-hour, then we can start looking for buys. Okay, so if you want, you can look for a sell for a retracement on the daily, or if you want to go with the daily trend, then just be patient for price to realign itself with the daily again. I think what's going on is just stop runs, because once this high was broken and we had this swing low, okay, this thing shouldn't come down here. It should just trade maybe to there, and then we should see a continuation to the upside, because we did run a low here down, and then we run all the way up there. To me, that's a continuation pattern on the 4-hour. So if price comes into a retracement, I'll be looking for longs to continue going up, but this was not the case. So I think it's either we are sideways or they're gonna take price into a retracement. Whatever happens, I'll just have to be patient and see what I need to see before I take any action on this. Okay, they might just run this low and then quickly reject and come back up again. You never know. Okay, so let's see. Today is Monday. It's just early time of the week, so early day of the week. So let's see how price will behave going in tomorrow. New Zealand Swiss, we have just run this low as I was waiting for, and then let's see if price is gonna go for some form of a retracement. Okay, we are trading inside a weekly level that I mentioned last week in the portal. Okay, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles here, that's the weekly level. Okay, and it did take out this low, so it is a meaningful level. So the next the next target on this pair is down here. If we do get some form of a retracement, then I'll probably look for a sell for a continuation to the downside. Friday I did wanted to see a bit of a pullback, not this, a bit of a pullback before a move to the downside. It didn't give none of that. So maybe new week we might get Monday, Tuesday give us an up candle, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday possibly a down candle. Okay, so let's see how price will close today, and with today's closure we can find some trade ideas on this as well. Aussie, Swiss, nothing, so do nothing. Okay, this pair has been, I'll probably end up taking it off because this is just absolutely madness. Price is not moving anywhere, and trying to catch a trade on this might end up taking you out and going your way. Alright, so I might end up taking this pair off because I don't like what price is doing. I think overall both overall both pairs are strong, and that's why it's doing that. If we check the performance over the month, Swiss is up here, Oz is up there. Swiss is up here, Oz is up there. Okay, that's why this thing is doing that. It will get to a time one of them will go weaker, and whichever one goes weaker, it will scream in that direction. So if Aussie goes weak, this will scream to the downside. If Swiss goes weak, this is gonna scream to the upside. At the moment they are both strong, that's why it's doing what it's doing. Aussie cat, shorts of words. Last week I did tell you guys to look for longs. Not on this one. I prefer we jump on that one. We got a beautiful trade on there, but I did send to look for a short up here. Yeah, for a continuation to the downside. I can't remember. I think it was Mark or someone said he was going to look for a short for a continuation, and I did mention this area. Yeah. Today the Aussie is proving itself to be very strong. Okay, so I'll be cautious on this going forward. If you really want to take the trade, then take your stop and place it just above that high. Okay, at least you've got 2 previous days high behind you. Okay, don't forget we are still bearish. Okay, so if you measure this high to that low, we've now just hit 50%, so price can go deeper. Let's measure this OT. Yeah, price can go deeper, maybe up to there, or probably there, the 70% retracement level between this range. Okay, if you drop down to the 4-hour right here, we could probably just run this high and then look for a continuation to the downside. Okay, so if you're looking to sell this, make sure you place your stop way up here. Okay, today's Monday. Let's see how Monday will trade. Maybe this thing can run up again and take out this high and then reject and continue going down. Right, the 4-hour has just turned bullish right there. Alright, the 4-hour has just turned bullish, but the daily is still bearish. This is the daily range between that high and that low. So price will retrace into either we are currently at the 50%. Okay, 50% is always neutral. Price can go back down, or it can reject and continue going up. So if it does come up here, then that's where we'll be looking for like a proper sell. So if you are not short already, like I did mention, then wait and see how price will react at the 618 level or at the 70.5 level. Your stop has to be above, ideally above 70, but if you're shorting here, that means your stop is huge. Okay, or you can do this way. You're taking the first one that I gave, the trade idea that I gave possibly on Friday, okay? And then if this stops you out, you just be patient and wait for price to give you some rejection up in here. Yeah, you wait for price to give you some form of a rejection up in here, then you look for a sell. All right, if you don't want to kind of push your stop all the way up there. Or another thing you can do is, which would be the wise one, selling up here, you should already be in profit, right? So I will close whatever profit I'm in right now, and then wait and see price to push up a little bit more, give me some form of a rejection, then I'll short it. Okay, that would be the best option for anyone that is short already. So you should be already in profit. Take the profit, wait for price to push up, give you some form of a rejection, and then you sell it back down. New Zealand CAD. This was the trade idea we got on Friday. Let's delete this one. Where is it gone? Levels. Okay, so Friday during live session we did see this. Let's go on to this one and use that, how that trade idea came about. And right here, so Friday we did see price close back inside this range. Yeah, close back inside. So when we were doing the live session, we saw price coming back for retracement. Yeah, if I draw back down on the hourly, right in here, 9, that's when we were having our session. And I said that because we've closed inside, this thing will be weak for the rest of the day. So if you're going to be weak for the rest of the day, then you find a pair and then pair it against the CAD and then take a long. And when that happened, we did have this down candle, okay, being traded above as our rejection pattern. So what I said was, wait for this candle to close, and then the next candle we trace back down to the down candle and take a long, and your target should be that 50% target there. Bear with me, it was this one. Right here. Okay, that was your target. So in case it happens again, so your entry should be, when this candle closes, wait for it to come back and touch this, and your stop goes below here and your target there. Yeah, and then that was it. Okay, I was looking for price to go further, at least if I just change this to T. I was looking for it to get to at least to the 618 before another leg down, because overall we were bearish. Okay, we were bearish on this pair, so I wanted it to get up here and then we sell short for a continuation to the downside, but that didn't happen, and now price has just come back down. For a trade idea for this week, let's have a look on there. Yeah, so I was doing some measurement for my members. Remember what this up candle represents. Yeah, we are selling down, and then we have an up candle that represents what? Selling more. Okay, and we should look for price to come down here. So if we do get some form of a retracement, Today's Monday. They've run previous week's low. Right, they've run last week's low and it's rejecting. They might come up a little bit more. I don't want to see it go above this. Yeah, I don't want to see it go above that up candle. Okay, that's what I don't want to see. If they do go up, if they do go above this up candle, then it's not good. Yeah, that's not what I want to see. So if today closes as it is, tomorrow I'll look for a short, maybe up in here. Or here. But my stop will go above, just a little bit above that high. Okay, so look for, let's measure this range because we are closing back inside. Okay, look for a sell here. With a stop just there and target that. Okay, let me take out this one. Okay, something like this. Look for a sell up here, although I fancy this high and this up candle there, but that's their 50% range. So look for a sell up there, the stop above there, and then target this low with a, let me draw it properly, with a TP1. TP1 there and TP2 here as well. All right, so let's take a picture of this. Dollar CAD, this one we are done on that one for last week. I wanted to see a continuation. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so I wanted to see, because price was able to close back inside this range. All right, we were able to close back inside this range. I wanted to see price go deeper, at least to, I think we did get it to that 50%. We did. Yeah, that is minimum requirement for price to retrace and then possible breakdown. I did catch a trade though, from this down candle. Yeah, on this retracement I did catch a trade for for up there, and then I had to close my trade because it was Friday. Yeah, Friday at 5 o'clock. That's when I usually close all my trades. Let's delete that. With that said, let's have a look on the daily. We do have a swing low formed with this up candle, right? So I want to see if today we will be able to close down here. If we do close down there, then I think we will continue to push lower. If we don't and then we stay there, then I will look for some form of a break to the upside before I take any trade. Yeah. What do I mean by a break? Maybe a break above this high for tomorrow, and then I'll take a long back up here. If not, then I have to be on the sidelines. I do like where we are trading right now. I like this one here, right? Will I take it? No, I like it. I'll probably take it on a demo account for my own practice session. Yeah, not on a live account, but on a demo account. Draw out right there. I like where we are trading. Will I take it on a live account? No, I'll take it on a demo account. And then finally, CAD yen. CAD yen, that was the trade idea I gave last week. We still have it there. Wait for a close below the green line before selling. So we did have the close below the green line, and then we sell, and then our first TP is right there. So that's a trade that is still ongoing. Our first TP is there. So that brings us to the end of the going through the pairs. I'm now going to answer your questions. So Euro New Zealand and GBP, yeah, where they were trades for last week, and we are currently waiting to see if we can get some form of a retracement. And if we do get this retracement, then we can go in and look for buys, right? And you can rewatch the session and get an understanding of what I was saying about them. Okay. If you do have any other question, please send it to me, and then I'll do my best to answer it for you. Also, if you are not with us in the Discord group, there is a link below the video description. Just click on it, and that should bring you to our Discord channel, and then there's a lot of things going on in our group. You can participate in what we have in there, and if you do like what you see, then you can sign up. You will get, I think, 1 month 50% discount on your first month. So if you do not have the VIP, you can join the VIP, and you get my session every morning. Apart from Mondays, you get every morning, and then afternoon sometimes as well. Before I just disappear, let's see what gold is doing. So on gold, I wanted price to stay below this down candle there. We still trading inside there. We did get some reaction. If today manages to close the way we are, then I think they will come up here. Okay, let's do this. So for those of you that trade gold, if gold does manage to close as it is, then tomorrow you can do this. Let's take this one off and long it to there. Okay, so if you do get gold to close as it is, okay, then you can take a long to that level up there. All right, that'll be a possible trade idea. Or you can take it now and place your stop down there and then target there. If it stops you out, then you know where it's going. Right, it's coming back down here. If it does come back down and stops you out, then you take a short, place your stop above there and then target here. That would be a flip, like I shared with you guys on the YouTube channel. You can look for that. It's called a flip trade. What else do we also look like? Oil. I think oil has got to that level that I mentioned. I haven't looked at it for a while. We have not reached there yet. 44. We're looking for 44. $44. So that's our next upside objective on oil. Right, buying from this down candle. What else do we have? Bitcoin, BTC. Over the weekend I did do some training on Bitcoin. I'm practicing my see, I've got so many lines on there. I was practicing a lot on Bitcoin. Right, and I did have this down candle here because it ran this low, and then my target, we have run that weekly high. Yeah, this equal high. So the next upside objective on this will be that weekly high, this one here. All right, so for those of you interested in Bitcoin, that's your next upside objective. They've managed to clean out everyone who is trying to buy by taking out stops. Okay, they've killed everyone trying to buy this thing. Right, and if you go on the daily, I think this thing has got potential to move higher than that. If I do measure this recent one, okay, we've just hit 127, so maybe price will come for a retracement, but the next upside objective will be that that weekly high, and at least there. So this is possible on Bitcoin. Yeah. Just get rid of this. Yeah, this is possible on Bitcoin. Alright, so be mindful. Do not sell this thing. Any other question before I disappear? as I've gone over my time, 11 minutes. If you don't have any question, again, feel free to join us in the Discord group, and we will be happy to have you there. And for those of you that are with us, I think I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Yeah, in the portal. I'll see you at 8 o'clock for a London session. And then finally, the announcement. Next week, I will not be around. Next week, the entire week, I'll be away. All right. So, I will not be doing any live session next week. Okay. So do not be expecting me around. But if I do see anything, I'll be on my phone. My wife and we are going away. I'll be on my phone. So if I do see anything that is worth sharing, then I will take a screenshot and send it in the group. But I will not be doing any live session. Okay. So thank you for coming. I enjoy having you guys here, and then I'll see you tomorrow, the VIP members, and then I'll see our friends that are not with us in the VIP. I'll see you on Wednesday, same time. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.